had another question. Let me rethink of it.
Those are good questions, by the way.
I couldn't even see his face when you were answering. I wanted to see his face.
Well, while you think of your question, did you guys have any other questions before
any questions from
Q&A? Any questions for the audience? And you keep thinking of that last question to close us out.
I got a question.
Okay.
For you. Was there like a drastic moment that happened in your life to make you want to do a complete lifestyle change and, you know, everything vegan and plant-based? Because, like, you know, with you being a little, like, older, you're 40, what, 45? 40?
46, right?
46?
Yeah.
You look 20, but...
Thank you. Thank you.
So
you guys are the best.
Was there a drastic moment that made you change? I know a lot of people like to be reactionary instead of preventive.
Right, and I'm definitely proactive. Mm-hmm. No drastic changes for me other than seeing my mother go through the things that she went through. 45, I lost my mother at the age of 45. I'm 46. Mm-hmm. So, meaning she was 45 when she transitioned. And nobody is supposed to go that early, in my opinion. And so, for me, I definitely looked for alternatives to medicine, per se, because I was giving her insulin shots. I personally did it, and I did not enjoy it. She didn't like needles. When my mother transitioned, it was she was connected to so many different things, and I don't think anybody should go that way. And so that definitely gave me a new perspective of death in general. Death is a part of life. It's not something that needs to be dreaded. Death is actually, like right now, we have trillions of cells in our body. Billions are being born, and there are millions that are dying. Yeah. And it's okay. It's not no fear, spookism that needs to, you know, I think the idea of this torturistic thought process, lifestyle, when we were watching TV and things like that, they have all this spookism that makes us fear death.
The gore of death. Mm-hmm.
And that it's really not necessary. It's just like if you actually think about death, not in the way that they project it in the media, but more so just, it's a beautiful transition. And that's how I want to transition. I just want to
peacefully transition.
Go to sleep. You know, just like that. But yeah, so did that answer your question?
It did. Okay. I got a question for you. With you having 7 streams of income, how do you manage to eat healthy?
It's way cheaper.
Oh, good stuff.
So I've heard it's more expensive to eat healthy.
So I meal prep.
Okay.
So I not traveling. So if I'm home consistently, I meal prep. I'll go to Whole Foods. I'll go to Aldi's, and I meal prep. So it's definitely cheaper for me. When I don't, I spend more money because it's quick food. So I'm gonna spend that money quickly. But meal prepping helps. Also, I have a similar story. My father currently has prostate cancer. He has a couple of different heart diseases. So I'm trying to reverse those diseases with food. He's a advocate meat eater, advocate carnivore, I'll say, but definitely I want him, once he does transition, I want to at least try to reverse some of his diseases that he has.
That's right.
That's just reassured me of what I'm doing. That's right. Is what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's right. And if he's interested in, is he at all interested in a plant-based lifestyle, or?
He's not, but we're going to bully him into it. We're bullying him into it.
And you start bullying, but then it kind of subsides it just becomes, I feel better, you know. Yeah. Because one thing I start with is ginger shots.
So I've been putting the slight touches of ginger in his green juice. He just got into the green juices. That took me 6 months.
Then he's on the right path.
But I mean, if I could just keep doing the green juices and him live off of them, of course he's not. He can, but definitely I'll add some more.
That's
Anything else besides ginger?
Well, what you're doing is perfect to start him out that way, because what'll happen is you have the microbes, you know, the good or the bad. Which one are you feeding? Mm-hmm. So he's been feeding the bad in order to manifest that cancer. Absolutely. So once you start feeding the good, what happens is the same thing happens. It starts to want more good, you know, because I started off transitioning. We stopped eating pork first. Yeah. Then we stopped eating red meat. Then we started getting into the poultry, and we stopped that. And then cheese was the last thing on my list. Yes. Fish, and then cheese was the last thing on my list. And then I even started getting into the indigenous plants. Like now, I personally only like the indigenous plants. Yeah. Things that come straight from the ground. So, and it's like, it's not, I don't feel like I miss anything. Yeah. And you can actually, nobody would eat meat if it wasn't seasoned with plants. Yeah. So if you take away the plants from that meat, you're not going to eat it. So you could take those same plants and season a similar textured, let's say a mushroom, you could probably make it taste like some shrimp. Or you could take a, you know,
cauliflower and make it a
just whatever that texture is. Now, what I don't like doing is saying specifically what I don't like saying what it is in, like, if people are used to eating chicken, I don't like saying chicken and waffles, because when people taste it, sometimes they're like, oh, that doesn't taste like chicken. But if I call it something else, they'll still say it's good.
It's a mind thing.
Yeah. Everybody, when I cook, everybody thinks it's good, but if they think they're eating chicken, then they're going to kind of go over to that capacity of, no, that don't, no. Yeah. So I try to do that. So, yeah, I would definitely continue doing what you're doing and just try to get that, those cells stimulated for the healthy eating. And 9 times out of 10, when you start eating the things that are good for you, I'm trying to think, colon, I would probably say, I'm thinking dates, figs, and tamarind, but that's definitely something to research. Usually I have like little books. I even have like the little medical books, common cure books to kind of.
And I've been getting those common cure books. Yeah, absolutely. The holistic reversal books.
Right. Yeah. And what's good for that area that's been affected. So like whatever is good for the colon. That's the digestive system though, right?
Yeah, so colon and prostate.
Okay, so I was thinking prostate at first. So for colon, I would do probably more of a digestive. The ginger is definitely something you want to do because it vibrates the yellow. So like all those colors I was telling you to vibrate, wherever that section is, usually that's the color that you want. So like elderberry, let's say chamomile is good for digestion. The red clover is good for the female circulatory system. And then the elderberry is, coming to brain capacity and things like that. So whatever area it is that you're working on, if it's the colon, I would definitely go with yellow and things shaped like the colon. So,
and I've noticed that usually the plants are shaped as the body parts in which they...
That's right, and how they behave. Yeah. If it behaves a certain way in nature, that's how it's going to behave in your body. For instance, the reason why I would strongly recommend him with that ginger is most people believe ginger is a root. Ginger is actually a stem. And if you look at the ginger, it stems out. And it has multiple thumbs on it. So it stems out. And it's more of a brown, yellow, earthy tone. Well, if you think about the word system, so like your organ system, your root system, your circulatory system, your organ systems, all your different systems, it has that word in it. So it's like decoding it, like system. So it's literally gonna open up the respiratory system. Every system you got, that ginger is that yellow. I keep pointing to this because of the yellow, but that is gonna open up that system. So his colon and all that different stuff is the digestive system. I would definitely recommend the ginger shots daily. If he could I actually have a YouTube video that it's just get it down, once, and it'll subside. It's really quick, but I'm gonna watch it when I take my
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
Yes. Do you follow any nutritionists or Dr. Sabi? Did you
definitely mentor? Okay. Oh my gosh, I became plant-based because of Dr. Sabi. Okay. Yeah. That is I can give you other names, but there's no other name that
comes
that can follow that one. So it's Dr. Sebi is definitely everything in my house is
Dr.
Sebi approved. Everything is Dr. Sebi approved. So yes, he is my mentee.
Final question. Sorry.
Okay.
Lock journey.
Oh,
I'm trying to start. Your son inspired me. You know.
Well, so what question about the locks? Anything specific or?
No. How long? How long did it take?
Now, honestly, right now, I'm gonna go ahead and give a secret. I have yarn on my locks right now, but I am locked up. But I have yarn on them at the moment, so mine probably come to about here.
I couldn't have even touched. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's why I love yarn. Touch.
Oh wow.
And everybody thinks it's real, so don't worry about it. Everybody thinks they're real. But I do want my...
What?
Yes. Tea time.
Huh.
Yes. So my lock journey started less than a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And they're right there.
They're already here. Yeah, because I started with a lot of length already. It was just I decided to lock them up. Just researching about ancestors and things like that. You know, our nervous system. A lot of people try to say that our hair is dead, but it literally comes through the scalp, and this is our nervous system. Yeah. So that the locks, that they are who we are. So it's not dead, and it grows coils towards the sun. So it's just like a plant. So
we didn't talk about the plants either. I was gonna mention plants.
The DNA strands are inside of locks of hair. Mm-hmm. So, and if they've done research on mummies, that the hair is still growing.
Yes, I've also read that.
Yes. So there's a lot of spiritual connections inside of hair. So I decided to start my lock journey just to feel that,
closeness to our ancestors.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. So that's kind of So that's kind of why I did it. But yes, I've only been. Probably, it's been less than a year. Wow. So, but this is definitely my look and why I decided to go.
Yes.
Because when I'm gonna come back to this video and show where my locks when they get down here.
Yes. Progression.
But so you're gonna do it.
Yes, I am gonna do it.
How soon?
I have not decided. I was gonna try to do it for the new year. Need that contact though, DJ.
I actually do too need that contact.
Yeah. She did good.
She did a good job.
Yeah. So I'm thinking the new year.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Right.
Did we just go into the new year?
Not yet.
No,
okay.
Oh,
we better wrap it up. Because I could go into the new year with this beautiful goddess. I could.
I want to. Let's do it. Mind blow.
Okay. Any more questions? Marquise.
Okay. I've been around the love. That's something I love. Mm-hmm. I've been around you two, since I was young. And what is important to you for a healthy love and relationship? Because you guys been together for a while.
What? So let me make sure I answer your question correctly. So you said what?
A key
makes a healthy relationship.
Yeah, because y'all connection is impeccable.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
I would probably have to go back to what I said in regards to loving yourself, and then I know it sounds weird when I say when you talk about relationship, it's like, well, how do you? The first thing you think of when you think about a relationship, you don't think about loving yourself, but that's kind of the barometer. That's kind of the foundation. Mm-hmm. If you love yourself, then it's very easy to communicate with a partner about loving, this is what I like, and then you're able to find out what he likes. Mm-hmm. And so you're able to have that relationship. I like to use the words, another mentor that I really like is Brother Polite, and the way he talks about about, I love the way he uses his language when it comes to decoding certain words and the etymology of words. So like a ship, a relation is a ship. Mm-hmm. So it's like a ship moves. So how do you move something? Is it companionship? Is it a relationship? Is it a partnership? You know, all these things. So in that process, what the ship moving, what is it that you like? And you know, you have to communicate those things. And so I like having tea, and you know, maybe he doesn't like having tea, so that may be something that I can call Lauren and say, hey Lauren. But technically that's a bad example because he does like having tea. But again, it's back to knowing myself, knowing what I like and the things that he likes. What I like, I have for my quiet time that he doesn't like. What he does like, then we have for quality time. So does that answer?
I like how you differentiate the two, quality and
quiet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my quiet time is a little different. It can be the same activity, but it's, you know, me meditating maybe in my journal by myself, you know, because we journal together sometimes too. So, but I still have to buy out time for myself for that quiet time. But did that really answer the question?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, you know, like, because, like I said, y'all been together for a while.
Right.
And I've been there since I was younger.
And I appreciate that. And I done gave his name out and everything. But, and you know, I'm not biased. You know, this is another son over here because he's single too, I think. you got choices here. I hope I'm making her blush. That's that seasoned,
advice.
Girl, you just gotta go get it. Okay, any other questions?
One more. It's with the same. Okay, is it? So how would you go about? I know you pick and choose who you're with, but also.
If you need relationship advice, just say that.
Okay, what you got for me?
I'm just kidding.
Can you is it possible to love if someone didn't live the exact same way of life as you? Like,
ooh, I think I was gonna ask that earlier too.
So like, as in like you know being spiritual.
Yeah.
As in how you eat, how you know just.
Right. I definitely think foundation wise, you guys have to have somewhat of the same goals, aka vision, at some point, because otherwise you're going to grow apart. So something has to make you guys grow together. And I really don't like when it's a common foe. Like you don't want it to be something that you don't want, because then all your energy is going towards something that you don't want. So like if you have something that you know, you can build on a foundation, then I think that can bring people together because, again, that just comes back to the self-love. When you reintroduce a person, let's say you find somebody that you're really attracted to, but they're not plant-based. You know, you may not initially have the best conversations about food, but you may build on something like your spirituality. You know, maybe you're keen on, you know, I know when my husband and I first met, we were Catholic, so we were both under Catholicism. Yeah. but now since then we've studied the Bible more for ourselves. Realize that religion is more of a confine. Whatever you let define you, whatever you let define you will confine you. So we kind of thought that Catholicism was a definition that kind of confined us to a certain spirituality, but we actually were able to broaden ourselves out of that. And I literally studied with everybody, you name it, and I've come to a common ground of spirituality, you know, and so now, you know, we still have similar beliefs. We, you know, and we love our Catholic background and all the things that it taught us. However, spirituality is more of who we are. Religion is more of a story that has been told. So we're more so we're more into the spirituality, learning who we are and growing into this, you know, beautiful lotus flower, you know, together, you know. So yeah. Did I answer your question?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
I always feel like I'm not answering the question.
I do too. You're actually giving me more than
right.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, Peter, what is your question?
So in your vision, is love part of that vision?
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Absolutely. Good stuff. I hope to find love one day, but I'm more so. I want a healthy relationship.
That's right.
And then I want companionship. I want equality. I really do want equality. I don't want a biased relationship.
Good stuff.
Or what is projected we're supposed to have.
That's right. You create it, you build it. Yeah, absolutely. You become it. You don't know what it looks like yet. You know, in your mind you may know. But I'm the same way. I don't want television. I call it telling lies to your vision.
Ooh, I
love
that.
I want to project my own vision.
Yes. I don't want to tell lies to my vision.
I want to project my own vision. So that's another journal. We got lots of journals.
Yes, journal session.
Yes. So, you got a question?
This ain't for me personally, but okay, as with you, where the level you are right now, when you out, does it bother you? Because I know it bothers a lot of men that their woman is the breadwinner in the household.
Does it bother me? No.
Good question.
But how would you get that out of his mind to tell him like this? Ain't even that, like, it's not even that serious.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men, it's a pride thing.
They're intimidated. Yeah.
It's a pride thing, and I know that I've seen that personally in my household, like that that my mom was the breadwinner at one point, but then like over the years, he came more open.
Same. Yeah.
So.
I honestly haven't met anyone that felt secure enough to, or, I mean, I've had to reassure someone a lot, which at the end of the day could drain me.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I haven't had a successful run at that.
Right. And that's beautiful the way she put that, because I know your question was, how do you get that out of his mind? That goes back to the self-love. Yeah. You have to love yourself enough to know that if someone has manifested the millions of dollars, you still have to feel like you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
You still have to feel like you're a billionaire. You still have to feel like you're a trillionaire. I like to say I'm an heir.
Yeah.
I'm an heir, and I own so much. And it's, you really have to get to that place where you walk so high. It doesn't matter what I'm carrying in my pocket, what I'm, we even talked about, we want land. Yeah. Not so much the BMW, you know what I mean? Yeah. So if you know how to go outside and ground your feet and massage these feet, you got
that one.
You may not have to have a Rolls Royce. So, did we answer your question?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a good close, but I almost don't want to close because I may have to break this up into 2, 3, 4. This was so wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me.
Today, you guys, really, I'm not going to cry. But I really do appreciate both of you all, seriously. Well, all of you all, actually. This has been an overwhelming experience. I'm so comfortable. I've never been this comfortable. I've never opened up like this. You guys have me. I have takeaways from this, and it's really, I'm very happy. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And
thank
that's a wrap. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for joining us. Look forward. I'm going to have to do a part 2 because this is New Year's Eve.
Yes.
And I know these youngsters want to go out. And I actually had something else that I wanted to do, but I want to go ahead and I'm going to ask Lauren right now, will you come back another day?
Of course.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned the next time. She has said that she will come back. And so, that's it. Love you guys. Mwah.